Hello everybody, this is Ch.3 and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights. Alright, let's get these henchmen's tales underway.
I figured they'd drag.
Yeah. And we can actually tell them to level up again.
Eh?
Alright, let's hear his.
Eh?
What? Talk. Alright, I want you to continue your story from before. I guess there's no harm in it. It was such a big mess, though, my lord. If you'll remember, the wee demon had given me a wand, so after he left, I decided that it needed to be tested out. Uh-oh. Aye, exactly. It was exhilarating, my lord. The power at my disposal. I had my apprentice chores to do, and I decided the wand should do them for me. I animated a broom to do my bidding, and it began to clean the floors. I used the wand to make a bucket that never ran short of water. I made the tables walk, the cauldrons dance, the chairs four-step. It was marvelous. I waved my wand and everything came to life. So what went wrong? Well, the broom was the first problem. It began cleaning more than the floors. It started sweeping the shelves, knocking Halisar's components about, breaking things. I couldn't make it stop. In a panic, I hacked the broom apart with an axe, but then both halves became brooms. I kept hacking, and suddenly the room was filled with brooms. They were breaking everything. In my haste, I knocked over the bucket, and suddenly the tower began filling up with water. The table was attacking me. I couldn't do anything. The tower was being destroyed. Chaos! Chaos! Oh, the humanity! And then Halisar came back. I can't imagine he was pleased. No, he wasn't pleased. He looked down at me all mad and disappointed. He was so scary I thought I'd pee my britches. He snatched the wand from me and he broke it, and that made all the madness stop. Oh, and he yelled and yelled at me. He practically threw me out of the tower and told me never to come back. The bright news is I hear Halisar told some writer about it, and the writer thought it was so amusing he made a play. I think it will be a musical. Wow, that was cool. Anyways, just when I think you won't get any stranger. You know, I do feel a bit bad about the whole thing. Not for me. I knew I was no wizard. I feel bad for Halisar. He did treat me pretty good, all things considered. He had a bunch of rare components destroyed that night. Worst of all was these ashes. The ashes of a great warrior. They were for his longevity potion. I've always thought I should try to make it up to him one day. Find him those ashes, maybe. Unless he's gone and died of old age. Well, we may come across some ashes. Who knows? Aye, who knows? Either way, I'm happy tootling along after you, my lord. Lead on. Alright, yeah. Gotta love that little reference there to the Disney movie.
I have been waiting for you.
Yeah. Alright.
Is there something you...
Level up. And talk.
Is there something you...
Talk, continue your story. I have been waiting for guidance from the Silent Lord before I discuss this matter with you, Kel, but I realize now what a fool I was. You are a tool of the Silent Lord. You enact his will upon this world, spreading death everywhere you go. The Silent Lord has brought us together for a reason. You are here to aid me in this challenge, Kel. The very fact that you are here is proof the Silent Lord wants me to ask for your help in this task. What task? I must assassinate one of the Inner Circle's members. Only by delivering one of their number into the Silent Lord's hands am I worthy to join them. Sounds simple. There is a catch, Kel. It is forbidden for one of my order to slay one of the Inner Circle unless we use a weapon blessed by the Inner Circle themselves. Why would they bless a weapon just so someone else can use it to kill them? You forget, Kel. We do not fear death. The custom exists to ensure that when one of the Inner Circle is slain, it is by a monk who has been proved worthy of the honor. When one of our order joins the Inner Circle, they must bless a weapon that may be used to deliver them to the Silent Lord. They then take the weapon and secret it away in a place of great danger. Finding one of these blessed weapons requires luck, skill, and fate. In fact, we believe only the guiding hand of the Silent Lord will deliver a blessed weapon into the possession of one of our order. So you want me to find this weapon for you? At first I feared enlisting your aid would be sacrilegious. However, now I realize that you are a tool of the Silent Lord. You are here specifically to help me to find one of the blessed weapons. How will I recognize one of these blessed weapons? The sacred weapons are all emblazoned with the symbol of my order, the outstretched hand of the Silent Lord, reaching to claim us all. Do not fear, Kel. As long as you seek the words of power, I shall serve you, and in serving you I serve the will of the Silent Lord. If I am meant to find one of the sacred weapons, it will be in your service as you continue to carve out your blood-steeped legend. I have a dagger here with a skeletal hand on it. Is this one of the blessed weapons? Yes, this is the mark of my order. Wait, I felt a faint aura emanating from the blade. Yes, this is one of the weapons blessed by the Inner Circle. Once more, you have proved yourself an agent of my master, Kel. I bestow upon you this talisman, a gift normally reserved only for those of my order. And yes, he upgraded his amulet. Haha. I thank you for this reward, Grimgnaw. The talisman has powerful magic properties bestowed by my order, Kel. Its power is not to be underestimated. Oh, what are you going to do now, Grimgnaw? The dagger is only the beginning for me, Kel. I now have the ability and the right to deliver one of the Inner Circle to the Silent Lord. Yet the Inner Circle are among the most powerful of my order, and if I am to defeat one of them, I must become a master of all I have learned. Once I feel I am worthy, I will challenge one of the Inner Circle to a battle to the death. But of course, all this must wait. Wait? Wait for what? Your task here is not yet done, Kel. You still seek the words of power, and in doing so, you still bring death and destruction to your foes. It has been an honor to serve you, and I will not abandon you until your task is done. Now, isn't he nice? If a bit evil. But yes, that is the final upgrade to his amulet. Where'd he put it? The Amulet of the Silent Lord. Yes, get Constitution +4, and you get immunity to level and ability drain and spell resistance. So, yeah. Another one of those that we could use in place of the Greater Amulet of Health, if need be. Alright, next up, Daelan.
I've been waiting for you.
Yeah. I need you to level up.
Is there... Yes? Is there some...
Continue your story. I promised to tell you the rest of the tale of Uthgar's spear when the time was right, Kel. That time has now come. As you know, I am on a vision quest to prove myself a true Uthgard warrior. Last night I had a vision to guide me on my quest. Tell me about your vision. I have seen the spear in my dreams. According to the legends of my people, the Uthgard tribes will never be united until Uthgar's spear is found. This is how I must prove myself worthy of my tribe, Kel. I must find Uthgar's spear, though I do not know where to look. Do not fear, Kel. As long as you seek the words of power, my blade shall serve you, and in serving you perhaps I will find Uthgar's spear. I have come to believe it is the will of the gods that I stay by your side. You found my mother's brooch. You avenged her murder. I cannot help but feel you are destined to help me in this as well. Don't worry, Daelan. We'll find Uthgar's spear, I promise. Thank you, Kel. Your promise means much to me, for you are a man of true honor. I know my quest will end in success. But for now, we must focus on finding the words of power. Aaron Gend is counting on us. Awesome. And so, we're looking for a spear for him. What about Boddyknock?
You're back. Is there something you need?
Level up. And
Is there something...
talk and continue the story. I probably shouldn't tell you this, Kel, but you have proven yourself to me many times over, and I am certain not even Gond himself would begrudge me for asking your assistance in this matter. I am about to reveal a secret known only to the people of Lanton and those within the Church of Gond Wonderbringer. I am relying on you not to spread this secret around. As you know, Kel, I left Lanton on a journey of discovery. What you might not have known was that my journey was a holy pilgrimage in the service of Gond Wonderbringer. I have been charged with a task. What task? Whenever one of my people embarks on a sojourn to the mainland, the clerics of Gond pray to the Wonderbringer for a vision of what new and previously unseen wonder the traveler is to seek out on his journey. In my case, the priests saw a terrible creature of enormous size and power, a monster unknown in my homeland. Only after consulting the texts in the Great Library did the priests understand the vision was of a dragon. You have to bring back a dragon? That won't be easy. Obviously, bringing back an entire dragon would be an impossible request, and the clerics would have been foolish to burden me with such a ridiculous task. Instead, they charged me to return with the dragon skill. Through experimentation, study, and magical divination, we can learn much about these creatures from a single scale. However, the scale must not have been tainted by spells or other unnatural forces, such as magical weapons, or the experiments will be corrupted by the outside influence. So, you want me to find this scale for you? I realize the odds of defeating a dragon without spells or magical weapons are so minute as to be negligible. However, there may be another way to obtain the scale. Dragons occasionally come into conflict with other creatures, giants and other dragons, primarily. And battling these foes, surely a dragon must be wounded, perhaps even killed. Logically, we might expect to find a dragon scale that has been torn free or dislodged in one of these struggles. This is far more likely than killing a dragon ourselves without any magical aid whatsoever. So I guess you're off to search for some dragon caves. Do not fear, Kel. As long as you seek the words of power, I shall remain in your service. In my time with you, I have seen more wonders and experienced more fantastic adventures than all but a handful of my people. When I return home, my accounts will enrich the knowledge of all Lantern. Yay! I would be a fool to leave you now, even if I thought I could find a dragon scale on my own. Well, I have a dragon scale here. Will this do? Yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. The priests of Gone will be amazed when I return with this wondrous material. Yet again, you have proven yourself to be the greatest of friends, Kel. Here, take this ring. It was given to me by the clerics of Wonderbringer before I left Lantern. And we lose the Lantanese ring, and we get Profero's ring. You have aided and guided me throughout my sojourn in the service of the Gon's church. The logical thing to do would be to give the church's ring to the man who aided me on my mission. I thank you for this reward, Boddyknock. The ring has powerful magical properties which you must not underestimate. Now that I have fulfilled my quest, I have no further need of the ring. What are you going to do now, Boddyknock? Eventually I will return to Lantern and present the dragon scale to Gon's church, the prism blossom seeds to my father, and the leaven bread to my master. I suspect it will be a most joyful homecoming. I will be hailed as a hero among my people, and it is all because of you, Kel. I'm going to miss you, Boddyknock. After all you've done for me, I can hardly leave you now, Kel. No, the only rational course of action would be to stay with you until your own mission is done. My return to Lantern will have to wait until we find the words of power and return them to Aaron Gent. As long as you search for the words of power, I will stay by your side, Kel. Alright. And let's get one more. Let's talk to Linu. But actually, let's take a look at the ring. Where is it? Or did I already miss it? Is that it? There we go. Charisma and regeneration, yeah. Just an extra boost to the charisma. And there we go. Alright, let's talk to Linu for the last one.
I hope that you
This
would return,
episode.
so I...
And obviously I'll have to do Sharwyn's next time.
Hey there, dear. What?
Level up. Alright. Actually, you know what?
Hey there, dear.
I think I'll just do
what
all of
can
them
I
here.
do for you?
Talk, continue your story. Kel Davis, you are my truest friend in the world. I know now that we must work together to accomplish all of our quests. I told you that I overheard Sanine Moonbow speaking with the head cleric of her order. The words that I heard would echo in my mind for the rest of my life. Tell me what they said. She told the elderly cleric that during her wanderings through this world, she had come upon a forest of breathtaking oak trees that grew in the middle of a range of volcanoes. While she stood in contemplation and admiration of the oak, one of the volcanoes erupted. The lava streamed down the mountain, burning its way through every form of life in its path. What happened? The lava reached the edge of the forest and destroyed every single tree. Whoa. This saddened Sanine, but as she prepared to move away, she noticed something very unusual. The seeds of the tree were floating on top of the lava. Floating? They didn't burn up. When the lava cooled, the seeds broke open and small shoots came out of the shells to take root in the newly formed crust of earth. Within weeks, the forest had renewed itself and the oak trees stood tall, defiant of the surrounding volcanoes and their fiery destruction. That's amazing. Sanine was so smitten with the majesty of those trees that she made her favorite weapon from one of the boughs. Sanine left the forest, returning occasionally to enjoy the splendor of their beauty. One day she returned to find that the trees had disappeared. Not a single seed remained, which made her weep. What happened to them? Sanine didn't know what had happened. She had been gone for several centuries, and there was no trace of the mighty volcanic oak trees left. This is my task, dear one. Sanine thinks it is possible that one day an elf priestess will find a seed of the volcanic oak and bring it to Evereska to be a symbol of rebirth for the elven people. With this symbol, as the oak is reborn through fiery death, our people might be rekindled in spirit, though we might face adversity. I must find this seed, though I know not where one might exist. That's all there is to tell, sweet Kel. I shall defend your life with my own until the day that Neverwinter is safe again. Some day fate might guide me to the seed. The goddess has led me to be here with you. With your help I have recovered the chalice of Moonbow, and found my husband's journal. You are my guide to restoring the volcanic oak, to rebuild my people. Don't worry, Linu. We will find the seed somehow. Thank you, my Kel. Your words are dear to my heart. I have had no close companion since my husband's death. You fill a void that I thought would be empty forever. Aww. But for now we must focus on finding the words of power. Aaron Gent is counting on us. Indeed he is, but there you go. Not very often that an elf falls for a human, but anyways, let's talk to Sharwyn to finish this off.
I suspected you.
And obviously get her to level up.
Yes? Is there something...
Alright.
Yes?
Continue your story from before. Fair enough. I think I remember how the rest of it goes now. I told you that Tomorlin had agreed to do a task for each one of the Triune, correct? The first task was for Ch.3. He was to retrieve the feather of the largest phoenix to fly the skies of the steep southern lands. For many long years, Tomorlin would scour the highest peaks of Termish and Chondath, following the legends of the great birds, yet never spotting them. A century of hardship would pass before finally Tomorlin would return to that northern mountain, ragged but triumphantly holding the pinion feather of a great phoenix. For Sanin Boonbo, he would seek out remnants of each of our 3 moons that had fallen to the ground in a blaze of fire. Another century he would spend in searching of them, long buried, long forgotten, and scattered. Finally, with tears in his eyes, he returned with the 3 rock shards in his hands. For Hanali Selenil, he would seek the golden heart of a dragon dead of simple age, one of the rarest things someone could seek. He wailed at the thought, but was determined. For centuries he wandered, following rumor after rumor until he finally came into the northern lands when he heard of a wizened worm breathing his last. Tomorlin spent many years finding the creature and then befriending him, singing to the aged dragon as he weakened slowly through the decades. When at last the great beast passed, Tomorlin was saddened, but also overjoyed that at last his quest was at an end. Before Tomorlin could return to the goddess, however, he was found by one of his own people. He was told the sad news that his beloved wife and children had died of a terrible illness during his absence. Oh no. Torn by the news, Tomorlin wept and railed with anger at the goddess who had kept him from his family for so long. She did not answer. Tomorlin poured his grief and his pain and his loss into a song. Since he could not sing of love, he would sing of this, sing of all that he had missed. And this is what he sang to the goddess. And finally, Hanali Selenil came, with tears flowing from her golden eyes. "You understand at last the meaning of love, child," she said. "As I promised, you shall be rewarded." With that, she lifted Tomorlin up through the gates of Arvindor to join his wife and children, to spend eternity with them in paradise. And that is the end. That is a beautiful story. Thank you, Kel. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Why did you tell me that story, by the way? Well, I don't know how much of that legend might be true, but I know there's some truth to it. There really was an elven bard named Tomorlin, and he really did die in this region. Supposedly, he actually did write a song before he died, or so the rumors say. He was one of the greatest bards that ever lived. That song would have to be a masterpiece. To get my hands on it, to have a chance to sing it, to bring it to the world, that would be everything, Kel. Maybe we'll find it, who knows? That's true. Who knows if it would still be in good condition even, but I can always dream. That's what being a bard is all about. And yes, we're looking for a song for her. Alright, so we're looking for a seed, a song, ashes, and a spear. Alrighty. Sounds interesting enough. Alright, so that's all the time I have for this episode. So between now and the next episode, I will sell off all my excess equipment. Actually, I'll disband
Is there
with her.
something you...
Yes, go. So yeah, I'll sell off all my excess equipment. I'll restock on whatever potions I can for the sake of buffing. And I'll sell one of my cutting stars because, well, I've got the messenger blade, and hopefully I'll get a second one before the end of the game, but I'm not going to rely on that. But yeah, so I'll sell everything off that I don't need, and I'll meet you next time, and we'll actually be picking up another side quest that we'll finally be able to start, and I guess we'll have to head down to Filt Ilkard. That is the last spot where we have to go. This is Ch.3 signing off. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.